Hey guys, it's Plum and welcome back to another speed build, and today we are doing the not so berry gray house. So it's been a while since I did one of these things, but the gray house, it's the first time I'm actually doing it ever, so I'm super excited about this. If you don't know what the not so berry challenge is, it's made by Lil Cincy and one of her friends like way back. So it's pretty interesting. It's like 10 generations, but each generation is based off of a color. So this is generation 4, so it's gray. So I'm just going to read the description a bit for you. So it says, you always felt that you were different while the rest of your family was busy messing around in the lab. You just wanted to be outside playing basketball. You're very good at sports and you dream of becoming a professional athlete. To make up for your non existent relationship with your parents, you want to be there for your own children as much as possible. Oh, and you love to sing. So the traits of the sim are active, slob, and music lover, and then their aspiration is bodybuilder, career is athlete. And then the rules for just this generation are master singing, parenting, and athletic skills, master athlete career, and complete bodybuilder aspiration, have 3 failed relationships before finding a spouse, marry a neat sim, be good friends with all of your children, have family movie night with your spouse and children every Sunday. I think that's super cute. I've never actually played with this generation before. Like, I've only ever reached yellow, and I've only reached like a yellow child. So to be honest, like I haven't really played with the yellow generation actually, but it just says that this sim is not super close with the rest of their family because if you guys have ever played this challenge, or if you've ever watched any like not so very let's plays, the mid generation is actually a scientist, and the yellow generation is an astronaut. So those 2 generations are super close with each other. There's a generation in between, which is Rose, which is kind of focused on like romantic relationships and stuff, not really like super focused on their career. But the yellow generation is not like super close with their child. So this sim, I'm imagining, is kind of making up for like lost memories or whatever, and wants to be close to their children because they didn't have that as a kid. And I feel like that's super sad, but also kind of refreshing, because usually when you encounter like trauma, I don't know if it's trauma, but you know, if you encounter like sad experiences like this, like sometimes they would want like revenge, or they don't really know how to love people. But this sim just wants to kind of stop that cycle, and just wants to be close with their kid, because the Rose generation also wasn't close with the yellow generation, because um the Rose generation was super like focused on like finding love and just, you know, dating around and stuff. So yeah, I think it's cute that this is finally like a very like family oriented sim. I mean, they're technically not a family oriented sim, like it's not part of their traits, but I'm just imagining that is their trait. So I kept that in mind while doing this build. Obviously, it's obviously going to be a gray build, so it's not like super, you know, homey and stuff, but I made sure to include like a child bedroom and put a lot of things in there just to kind of make the child feel at home, and you know, just make the child have their best life. Although it's pretty hard to make a child happy with like gray interior and stuff, and there's also not much space, but that's kind of what I did with this build. Anyway, so I think I just finished building the exteriors. I'm now just here doing the bathroom, and I kind of tried to experiment with the platforms a bit in this bathroom, but I just ended up scrapping that and just going with like a normal bathroom. But I really like what I did here. This is not an original idea, but I've seen some simmers do this where they put a wall and then they put a window on the wall to kind of make a divider, and then they delete the wall, so only the window is left. And I feel like that's super cute. It's such a I don't know, it's just a smart idea, and I did that here. I also did it for the other bathroom that you see upstairs. You're going to be seeing that later, but yeah, I did the same thing for the one upstairs. It just wasn't working as well upstairs, so but yeah, I still did it anyway. And I actually really love how this bathroom turned out. I think it's really cozy. I think I made the like tiny space work, and I made sure to put like a bath tub in here because this sim cares about their children. So I made sure that they can like bathe the children and stuff. So I made sure to put that here. Now moving on to the kitchen, I actually kind of struggled with the colors in this one a bit because I couldn't find like gray stuff in the beginning, and I just didn't want this to be like too monochromatic, if you know what I mean. But so I ended up with like a wooden swatch in the beginning, but I ended up changing that because it was just looking too white, and this is not like the white generation. I don't know if there even is a white generation, but regardless, this is supposed to be the gray generation. So I just ended up like changing the swatches a bit after I've done everything. So yeah, it's that color for a while, but I ended up changing that to like a darker color in the end. And then this is a pretty huge space, so I kind of combined the dining room and the kitchen in one spot. I've been going through a phase of like not putting dining rooms or dining tables anymore in like spaces, especially if they're tiny spaces. But for this one, I made an exception because this is a pretty huge spot, and it was time to like, you know, add a dining table. I don't know, I just fit the space a bit. So there, I think I stopped fiddling with the kitchen a bit here. I ended up changing the swatches I think after I did the living room, and I was having a hard time decorating the space because it was kind of symmetrical. It was a symmetrical layout, but I just didn't know what to do with it, especially since the door is on the right side, if you know what I mean. Like it's there in the corner, so I couldn't really put the couch in the corner, and then there was just this empty spot underneath the stairs, so it was just a mess layout wise. But I think I fixed it in the end. I don't know if it's like the best fix that could have been done, but I did it anyway. So I think I ended up adding a plant in there somewhere. So yeah, it's always good to add greenery and stuff, especially for like monochromatic spaces like this where it's all just one color. Obviously for this build and for all of my other like not so berry builds, it's going to be monochromatic for the most part because that's kind of the point of the challenge. But it's always good to add in some color, like incorporate some accents here and there. So here I think I ended up adding like a blue accent, or was that in the bedroom? I don't know, but regardless, I just wanted to add some color to the space, just to make sure it kind of ties in. So for example, like if I add like a green rug in here, like I want to make sure that there's another green thing elsewhere. You know what I mean? I don't know. Also, I think I ended up changing the swatch of this one too because it kind of looked like a wooden house in the end. And you know, I love my wooden swatches and stuff like that, but this was supposed to be a gray house, so when I was reminded of that, that's when I changed all of the swatches, including the one in the kitchen, I think. And then yeah, I'm just going back and forth here and kind of trying to decorate the entryway a bit, although it's not super decorated. I just wanted it to have something, you know, because there was literally nothing there. And then in here you see me changing the swatches now, and I think this is also when I look at the kitchen and change them up. Yep, there you go. I think this actually ended up looking a lot better, and also more fitting to the theme that we have going on, because I do need to like make it gray, you know. There is kind of a pink accent on the counters, which I think kind of matches the wood tone on the dining table, so that was good. And I also saw this thing which I've never seen before in my life, that huge like cabinet counter space thing, and I just love it. So watch me use that for all of my builds moving forward, but I just love it so much. Okay, now we're on to the second floor, and I have cut a ton of footage from this build because I was just, I don't know, sometimes I would just blank out and space out and I wouldn't even realize it until like editing. So there was a lot of like, I built this thing for like I think 3 hours straight, and then I would just go into like complete stillness. I don't know why or how I would do that or what I was doing when I was doing that, because this is already sped up and there's like a huge ton of time of me just like, you know, of the footage just like not moving. So I don't know what's up. So there's a lot of cuts in this, so I apologize for that. But yeah, but I guess it's still better than me like pausing OBS. I mean, if you've ever recorded something on OBS, you would know that there's like a pause button, and I would do that sometimes, especially if I'm like, if I need to go get something, like if I need to get a drink or something, or if I need to go to the bathroom while building. I mean, this is 3 hours straight, so like a lot of things happen in between, but sometimes I would pause it, and then I would go back to my desk, and then I would forget to unpause it, and then I would just lose like a bunch of footage. So I think like cutting it is definitely better than losing a bunch of footage. So don't come for me. But I guess, I mean, it's just me that's experiencing the hassle of going through this empty footage. So I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Anyway, I am doing the bedroom right now. And again, this is a pretty large bedroom. This is the master bedroom. So this is where I'm imagining the gray Sim would live. And oh yeah, this is where I incorporated some of the blues that I was talking about earlier. It was kind of inspired by the plants on their bedside table. So I added in some blue rugs to the sides. Not too much, because I still wanted this to be like blue overall. And then I think I also added in a microphone in the bottom floor, because the rules did say that this sim wanted to master singing, so I just had to add that. And then I just added in a desk in here. I didn't add like a separate office, because this sim is going to be like an athlete anyway, so there wouldn't be much need for like a computer. So I just put the desk inside the room. Maybe they wanted to use it for like gaming and stuff, but yeah. So that's it for the master bedroom. And here I'm adding like another bathroom, and then one of those rooms is going to be a gym room, and then the other one is going to be the room for the child. So this is where my struggle starts a bit with the kids bedroom, because I wanted it to be cozy and, you know, just looking like a kid's bedroom, but I still wanted to follow the gray aesthetic, because I kind of have to. But I ended up just using these still gray walls. I know it's kind of sad for the kids to live here, but they have toys, okay, so it's fine. But I wanted to add in like a diaper changing table, a crib, and a toddler bed. I'm just imagining that the kid will like live here for a long time, so that's kind of there for you to peruse. But yeah, I also added in some orange accents, if you will, so it doesn't look as sad. But yeah, I'm actually imagining that there's not only like one child living here, or maybe like, I mean, I feel like the gray sim would have like multiple children and kind of bond with them like a lot, because I feel like this sim wants to have like a lot of children, but I just have space for one child in here, or maybe two, like one toddler and one infant. But I don't know, you can change it if you want to play with this house. Like, you can definitely change it and do whatever you want with it. I also did the gym, because obviously the sim is going to be an athlete, so I added in a gym in there, like beside the child's bedroom, which probably is not a good idea in hindsight, because I feel like treadmills make a lot of noise and it's probably going to wake the kids up or whatever. So here I am just doing the last room. This is the bathroom, and like I said, I struggled a bit with the lighting with this like window wall thing, and then I tried doing this like double open door, and I don't know, I love the idea of that, but the thing is, it was kind of interfering with the window outside, so it was just not good. But I ended up just copying whatever like furniture was in the bathroom downstairs to up here, and I kind of tend to do that with a lot of my bathrooms in houses like this. Like, I kind of tend to follow a certain like aesthetic and just use some of the like same furniture, and I feel like that makes sense even in real life. I feel like you would buy like the same fixtures and stuff like that. And then here I'm just going back to the bedroom, because I realized that the closet is like actually 4x4, no, 2x2, so it was apparently like clipping to the other side of the house. Like, it was not even in the house, so I ended up just changing that to a dresser, and I feel like I like that much better than just having a closet door, so I like it. And there's like a lot more like space for clutter, which I always like adding some clutter to a space because it makes it look more lived in. So yeah, now I'm just fixing the windows in the back, because apparently they look hideous from the back, and I don't know, the exterior of this house is not my favorite, which is probably why I'm going to use like a different thumbnail for this one and not like an exterior shot. I usually use exterior shots for my thumbnails because, I don't know, I feel like it just makes the most sense. But for this one, I ended up choosing interior shots for the thumbnail because I feel like that's just way better than the exterior shots. I just didn't know what else to do with it. But I don't know if you like it. I don't know. I don't like it so much because I didn't want to do another modern house because you always do modern houses. So this one, I kind of tried to make it look kind of suburban. I used a reference photo from Pinterest for the front. So the front kind of looks decent, but the sides and the back just don't. So I don't know. I'm not super happy with the exterior, but I'm kind of like really happy with the interior. So let's just live with that, I guess. But yeah, this video is coming to an end soon. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give it a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.